Hello, welcome back. Today is the day. It is time to tackle bees at last. At least try. I did watch a bit of a guide, bit of a info video. Why am I hitting a zombie? So hopefully, should have just a bit of a better chance of actually getting through this. I've been on and off preparing for it for quite a while. The reason why I did blood magic was due to bees, for example. Oh, it's just mob spawn area up here. No mob spawn. No. But other than watching a bit of informational video, I haven't really done any other prep. So I guess let's just jump right in. How to be. I'm just gonna ignore that, I don't want to deal with that. This is genetic stuff. Well, either way, I'm not making that for a while. Let me just... Beginning. I guess I've already done the beginning. I think I do remember it pretty well. I do already have Oblivion frame, and my goal to start off with was to get Frenzied frames. Ease basic. Could try to get them from that. Like otherwise I would have to go through, do all of this. Which I would prefer not to do. But it does also seem like I can get it from elsewhere too. Potentially. First of all, let me see how many basic bee bags I have. Good amounts. Just lore of all the bees. That's interesting. Alright, let's start with some gambling. A lot of gambling. Gambling is the way, the truth, and the life. I think PM is back to being schizophrenic again. No. Okay, you are repaired. Okay, just want to make sure. Wouldn't be terrible if they broke, but naturally I still want to avoid it. Yes, I would also want to make another Thormic Restorer for convenience, because I will need this for bees. Put that on the to-do list. Can never remember exactly where to click on those. Well, I remember it, I just never hit the spot first try. Okay, so it's 10 books, so it would only need the next step. Then what is the special do? Well, that makes things a bit more complicated. You have to B to B. On one hand, I do have options here. On the other hand, it's so overwhelming me. This one isn't glowing. Are you like early on? Not really. Damn. This one doesn't look too bad. For the moment, I still have no idea how to actually breed the bees properly. I'll get to that one thing at a time. Having a game plan to start off with. This seems to be the best course of action. So many bees though. Most of them seem pretty like copy-paste. Like, there's so many of these bees that just give just a silky comb and nothing else. So it does also seem like a lot of the bees are just like microcrafting type of bee. I have a very low chance of making what I want. But they're also fast to get. That's just a 5%. What would be the best balance? Is it even worth doing all this? Wait, I should have a bit of silky comb, shouldn't I? I do. Okay, well I can get started in the centrifuge. It's a hard luck. Well, what can you do? Okay. Can start with 6. Should also. That is a server crash. This is not the visa time. Let me just try seeing if I can rejoin. No, server's down proper. Is indeed a bit annoying. Well, let me just start off by giving it a bit, see if it will restart on its own. I guess there's much point in just randomly rejoining. Besides, the server will say when it turns on again. It really doesn't happen very often. Lucky. Been like the 2 minutes it normally takes, so I think there might have to be a restart. But I think the server owner is looking into it now. Hopefully it won't take too long, but I don't think there's anything I can really do to speed it up. Unfortunately, the bees will have to wait. Suppose I could brainstorm a bit. My plan. It's like my goal here is to make it as easy as possible to beat bees. So I want to optimize for mutation rate, which I think I can get very close to with the frontier frames, which is my next goal to go for. Get whatever I need to make frontier frames. If I'm lucky, I might get the stuff I need for the frontier frames from the loot bags. That doesn't work. Either I could look into silky combs to gamble the rest of the loot bags at a higher efficiency, or I could just try to... Oh wait, server's back up. Alright. Alternatively, if I can't get the magic frames from this, I would be working towards the 3 times of wax I need to make the frames myself. Which I think would be getting the... Well, I would need to get a forgotten comb from one of these. Then I would need to get a soul comb from one of these. And one of these combs from one of the bees that can give them. I guess this does kind of seem like it could be literally whatever. Might be a lot of reading. Look through all of these. But alas, I mightn't even have to do any of that, so let's gamble. Apiary is something. Did I even get anything for that one? Well, I do get another gamble. No luck so far. Oh well. Oh, did I gamble the wrong type? Oh, that isn't helping me. Well, got some combs. It does seem like I'm not gonna be able to get royal jelly for a while anyways. Actually, I can still do normal gambling without the fortune. Does feel a bit silly to essentially just like completely miss the chance. Didn't even have a slight chance because I misread. Yeah, I misread also as loot from Beast Basic as it having the Beast Basic loot table. You can really tell that I haven't loot bagged in a while. Well, let's see. Got a advanced, and I can make another advanced. Just in assembler. Just run it. Care. Let's see. Accelerated frames. Not better than Oblivion. Improved frames. Getting a lot of frames. Alright. I'll have to be the bee. Let's get some world accelerators. Should help make this a lot more bearable. I'll be able to do this in blocks mode. Still gonna be pretty expensive in the power. Main issue with the power is that it's gonna be a lot harder to run it where I want to run it. But I'm also only gonna be running it when used, so I probably don't have to care that much. But still running it flat out at IV or EV, especially off the turbines, is gonna be pretty painful. Because I do want to station all my B stuff inside of my personal dimension, which means that I won't have the aid of my main power grid with me. Well, there's also the energy P2Ps, which may work for me. Not sure how they work though, so I'll have to read a bit as well. Guessing it's the it would be this one, I guess. No quest. Well, maybe that's just a quest for P2Ps in general. Let me see the applied energistics tab. Well, guess I'll take a look at the guide. doesn't seem like I have a reason to believe that it won't work like I would expect, where I just like put a cable into one end and pull it out the other end of the P2P. In which case I could drag my energy grid to my personal dimension. It does have a flat 5% energy cost, which is implemented in a way that's pretty annoying to deal with as well. First of all, how would I word this? Let's see if I can use the block mode. Accelerator. Yeah, it does seem like I'll have to use tile entity mode. So with that in mind, I'll probably go for HV. Could always go for more than one world accelerator. After all, going for 2 HV ones will be cheaper than going for 1 EV. Also says that the power consumption increases with speed and radius, which would also kind of indicate that it decreases with speed and radius as well, if you lower it. But naturally with tile entity mode, you'll be reducing the range down to a single block on every face that's touching. So it would only benefit from decreasing the speed, but if I wanted less speed, I'll just use a lower tier. So I don't think I'm going to be benefiting from those. But it does also potentially mean that I can increase the speed and then just have a cheaper... No, it also wouldn't make sense to just have a cheaper version of a higher tier with like little to no downside. That doesn't make sense either. So I don't really think that's gonna be too relevant on tile entity mode, which means that I have two options left. I could run like one world accelerator and then surrounding it with functional apiary blocks, or I could run multiple world accelerators surrounding like one or two apiaries. I think I'll probably want to go with just one, but run at a higher speed. But then actually I'm curious about if the speed bonus would stack additively or multiplicatively. Did my warp just spawn an angry enderman on me? That's new. Reaper's friendly though. Dead. Our world accelerators multiplicative in the boost. Yeah. That also means that running... It's like what I want is... Like my aim is to have two apiaries running at higher speed. One to loop bees to... Well, actually I guess I can make one multi-purpose one. So we would only need one. Then I can loop bees in there to like duplicate the gene that I care about. No, duplicate like the type of bee that I care about. And then also breeding new ones. Should be able to set it up to do that within the same machine. So I really only need one. So I think I'd want to aim for 2 HV world accelerators. What else do I need? I want the Thermic Destroyer. Some places where I can change the biome if need be. So I will do that on demand instead of doing it in preparation, I think. Is there any like other big things I need? Maybe like a filing cabinet to hold my drones. I could also go for a compressed chest, which should be able to do the job as well. Because I don't want to save every single drone I ever make. Just like having a filing cabinet would just encourage a bad habit of let's just say bad habit of, well, unnecessary hoarding. I only need one of each, which means that I'll only want to save like identical drones, and that first of all I also only want to save the drones, not the actual princesses or queens. So I think I'd want to go for compressed chest, just so I can have a better view. And if I need to make another compressed chest, well, just do that. Alright. All of the plans that I want to build it in this direction, and then have like the actual production quarter for the bees in this direction. A bit branching out in the same sense as this. Also, I'm just gonna like actually be smart 1 second, because I realized I could do something that's very helpful. Actually learning why duct tape is like relevant at all. Because I suspect that you can just leave it in the maintenance hatch and it's stacking and counting as a full repair per duct tape means that it'll just take the next that amount of maintenance problems. Should help a lot. Repair was wrong. I guess. Yeah, I was just wrong. I was naive. The game was nice to me for a second. No. No free maintenance repairs. I guess there is a reason why the auto maintenance hatch exists. So of course, could never be simple. Alright, next up on the list, let's just request these. 16 candleberries for that. I think I did used to have a farm for these, but it got blown up. So I'll just rebuild something. Because I don't actually have like a proper source of bone meal, so I'd rather not just go throwing it around constantly. This now needs a compressing twice. No, extracting and then compressing. Do I have a extractor? I do. You're an extractor, right? Yes. You're a fluid extractor. Do I have a normal extractor? What do you even look like? A dissection apparatus. I sure do not have this. Guess that's something to consider as well, but I think the reason why I haven't even considered making it yet is because I don't really need an extractor at all. Don't even have one in my machine wall. I've never actually needed to automate recipe. I guess steam will have to do. Do I have enchanted fabric? Appear not. Not difficult though. Pretty easy if I may say as much. Not sure how like the lowering of energy efficiency works on the energy P2P when you're running more than 1 amp. Well, running a machine that would request more than 1 amp, like a world accelerator. Guess I'll have to see. Also, not sure of how like the different voltages would work, if they're just ignored. There's a lot to worry about, especially since I'm playing a pack where mistakes typically mean your base explodes. So I'd imagine myself cautious within reason. That's not the... Just need a normal compressor for this, right? Yes, and you are the compressor? Yes. Do you have any tanned leather? I do. Hopefully my extraction should be done now. Nice. This recipe to be able to make the, what's called, the wax without using bees is very nice. Even though, like, I do have beeswax. For once I didn't need to use the recipe, but still nice. Check the bees. There's a lot of mobs in the wall here. Gulp. That is quite a lot of booming. guys. Good thing I'm heavily armed. Care to be with the Endermans? It's a lot of garbage, goddamn. Then I needed wax. Already had my thormium things. I needed diamond and a gold plate. Needed the forming press. Go anywhere, so I'll put you in there. Let's see if I have any of the hammer juice. I do. Which means I think I just have everything. Still do want to double check naturally. Kinda sucks to find out later that you don't have enough. So I have auto. I have precantatio. I have potentia. There's a clock in the middle. Alright, I trust. That scared me. Made that noise the second I moved my wand. Let's try to just like buffers that warp effect. Like literally every single time I pull up my wand it happens at least once. It has to buffer, there's no other way it would actually add up. Pretty fast craft. Should be my Thormic Restorer. And then I'd want to try to make P2Ps work. Should be able to just go grab just any cable to convert these. So it faces down. I have to actually reach the front face, so I'm gonna do this. And then bam, bam. And they go right back. Alright. Maybe I can keep them. Maybe I can keep them if I actually use the wrench to pick them up. Something a bit less brutish. Alright. Still keep the cable on me though. Bam. Thormic Restorer. And I'd also want some juice. Should be able to like get these 2 rounds at a time since it does keep quite a buffer on it. There's also a buffer in this one. Actually it's empty now. Yeah, now it's back to going slow. Okay. Then how far out would I want to go here? Because I do want it to be like centered on chunks and all that. Just thinking about how I would want to design this. Like I'd probably want to place it in this chunk, or maybe I want to place it off to the side. If I like want to leave it open for expansion, no. I think I'd want to center it on one chunk. Then I'd want like ample space for biomes, which I think I did download something from a resource. Well, like I got a screenshot. So I'd want like a 6x3 ideally. So that would be more than a chunk, so I'd want to split it. I guess. So yeah, that is just. Let me actually do the math for it. Designing this while still like using the same chunk grid that I've been using a lot in my personal dimension. It's going to be pretty difficult. Probably have to do something similar to how I did like the starting structure, where I still have it centered but it's circular and then it goes over the border. I think I'd have to do something like that. Yeah. Should mean that it'll probably run into that. Not careful. Just like I need a strip that's 23 blocks long if I want to accommodate the biome space in like a neatly manner. So naturally, I'd also want the space itself to be a good amount bigger to make that like, fit in better. So I'd probably have to aim for this out here. And as for the size, I think I'd want to go for, like, how much is this? I think I'd want to go for like 2 chunks diameter centered on one of them. Make a circular structure a bit akin to this one, but naturally wider. And then, yeah, like slice it down. I think I do have an idea of how I want to do this. I guess I'll start by laying out the paths. grid goes off of 7/7 offset. So this would be like this would be the half of the chunk that it extends to. So I guess I'll like put the entrance now. Yeah. Let me go just get the rest of the pickaxe juice I need. And I'll probably might use a circle generator. This is easier. But eyeballing a circle of this size is also not the worst. Let's move to the center of the next chunk over. That being here. Let's mark this one as well. So I think I'd want the path to actually stop at the center of the room. Then like the spot ahead, I'd want the like the bee breeding stuff. Then over on the left side, I think I'd want like the biome specifics, like the biome breeding. And then over on the right, I'll just leave it empty for when I need the space. Because naturally, I think I'll need it. Could be like a centrifuge place, some alvearies. Don't really know what to expect, so I don't think I can plan that ahead. Besides, it's more fun when it's not all laid out from the beginning. Oh, yeah, that's why it didn't add up. I done goofed. Mr. EP. Right. Actually, the next step would be to make this circle. So let's see, what's the radius on this? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Makes sense, honestly. I don't know why I felt like I had to count that. Okay. Pretty big fella. So that is 9 blocks across, 5 of which I already have. Let's confirm this is, yep. Then I'd want an extra 2. Time to make use of the Vatra. So I can... Actually, I don't need to. Because I have something else. This little... Oh, I'm floating away. This little fancy armband. It's basically Aqua Affinity, but for mid-air. It's very nice. Very nice discovery. I made it to help PM a bit with his base expansion. He decided that he wanted his base to be suspended over empty void, and then decided to base in the thickest world he could generate. The PM works in mysterious ways. Well, it seems to line up. It's also in the center of the chunk. Let's see the curvature. That should be fine. Besides, it should be the mathematically perfect round circle in any case. Besides, I do think I'm gonna make the wall thick, like I did over here. And I got a perimeter around it. Let's just use like the same kind of design over here. I spent a few hours trying to figure out how to convert my design into like a room where both the outside and the inside would look good. So I think I'm just gonna do the same thing. Probably including the hole in the ceiling because it's cool. But now that I'm in a different tech age, I guess I could like make a glass ceiling. Especially now that I have more space and I would like a bit more detail if I can. Many options. think I can make do without my generated circle, so I can actually like have my chat back. It's pretty helpful. And here should be the 9. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1. 1, 2, 2, 1, 2. Very nice. Circle. Alright. So over here, I did like a step down. Might do that again, but more like the design I have for like my machine room. A bit more akin to that. So basically like a lowered floor, but the pathway is elevated. Maybe it would look silly. Let me just like go see if I can picture it. Like either look like this, things on each side, or be like this. Like this design works better for like bigger rooms, so maybe it just doesn't matter that much. I think one of the reasons why I did this was just to have a bit more vertical space in case I needed it. Because I was designing the space with like distillation towers in mind, mainly. I was making those around this time. And like the very first thing I made was the distillation towers. And then I made the flatline after. Maybe I made like the EBFs second and then the flatline. Like I think my thought process was like making the flat space, the horizontal space with the plant line in mind, and the vertical space with the distillation tower in mind. And still to this day, they work out to be like the most extremes in each category, so I guess it was a decent call. But still, what would work better here? This design also does get a bit silly when there's two different heights, like the inside the wall, so I think I'll make it flat over here just to make that part simpler. Since I'm actually going to be walking in and out of this. The block is meant to be there, it's been there for a while. I was about to say that I'll be running in and out of this space more often than like the entrance, but that's just not true. So, yeah, my silly. I can't enter this area without entering zone, like the room in which my portal block is in. Doesn't really add up. So then I think I would want to do... Shit, does it really matter? I think... It's like I'm just gonna be building on top of that anyway, so I think I'll start with the floor to just get myself a lot of mist. And I'll place in the glowing blocks afterwards. Good thing mob spawns are disabled, otherwise I would actually have to bother all this. Technically this is going to be permanently lit up too, so I don't have to... Well, actually no, I'm adding a ceiling, so it's not going to be permanently lit up. Alright. We mine out everything. It's just my warp. It's not right. Seems like I got everything. Perhaps it might be worth it to quickly go upgrade my pickaxe so I can actually insta-mine these. Actually, maybe can I insta-mine with my hammer? No. So I don't even think I could reach it with my pickaxe. Besides, there's not much left. I really think it would have been worth it either way. Even if I'd done it from the start. So if I'd done it from the start, if I could actually get it up, then mining speed might have been worth it. But it does feel a bit silly when it doesn't actually reach the insta mining level. Dang, I'm fast. Let's tone that down a bit. Are the both of the rain effects on at the same time? No, it's just the amplitudes. The silly source. Forget what I used to call it when I did my little blood magic expansion. Probably silly source actually. That's a great name. Seems like something I would name it too. Okay, which one was it? I think it was the GTNH one. Yes. Then I have pillars on both the inside and the outside. But I got want like some more openings. So if it just being like a dome with a ceiling. One sec. I'll be back. Back. Hello, Striker. How's it going? You know, don't have to worry about it. The mob proofing is solid, which means it didn't miss a spot. Okay, and then layout where I want pillars. So I think if you want, use this design still, then naturally pillars on the corners. It's going good, just grinding away crafting things and waiting on machines. Okay, just a bit of off-camera grinding then, I'm guessing. Off-stream grinding. Would I want to make it centered here or like aligned to that? Probably a lion, actually. So I'm not completely certain that I don't want to like expand out from here, so I guess I'll just leave the option there. I see. This makes sense. My like philosophy on streaming like a run like this is just kind of streaming a bit regardless of what I'm doing. I guess I'm also not really in a position where I have to worry too much about like optimizing based off of a audience's expectations and such. Just here doing my own thing. And some people choose to watch. At least the mentality I've taken for now. Don't take it too seriously just yet. I haven't really had a reason to. Yeah, how tall would I want this to be? Tall are the elevators? I think it's just like a 3x3. Can I... Yeah, it's just, well, technically a 3x3x4. Or would you say 3x4x3? I'm not sure why you would say like the one that's for height, the y coordinate. But since it's x, y, z, it would be the middle one. Okay. Kind of makes it more confusing when there's different standards for it. But x and y it is. Okay, so what's the height over here? Like 5 blocks? 5 blocks is like a decent standard. Then again, I also do want to have it more like jumpable. Then again, I don't really use like my max jump boost. Like I can go up to like this much jump boost. But I just kind of stopped because it got in the way a lot more. Like little to no benefit. I only really used it when I wasn't using my jetpack. But now just adjusted to jump boost 3 blocks with the jetpack. But I did build like these corridors with the jump boost in mind, and it is pretty satisfying that it just barely fits. Still, don't really use the jump boost that much. I don't think it's warranted to do it based off of that. And since I don't really need 5 blocks, so I guess we just see what works in terms of the aesthetic, because that's like the only thing left to worry about. It's like I do want the little like extended support pillars because it makes it feel like more grand, but they also look very silly if they're like the majority of the pillar itself. Just kind of going back and looking at my previous machinations a bit. Because even though I built all this myself, I kind of like forgotten my style because it's been so long since I last been in that mindset. don't know if that's normal, if it's just my silly yeah. I can make it through this without having to go make more blocks. I'm hoping, but I'm also doubting. So that the amount of walls I have to make, I'll have to go make more corp. So already that's 3 blocks. If I add up to date my power shenanigans. My latest update on it is looping your banana until it milks. I think it said something like that. That's like my latest update on it. So like peanuts, bananas, and milk. Not really sure like how it's actually meant to make power. Didn't ask about it at the time, nor look into it since then. But it does sound pretty unique, to say the least. Unique take on power. So I think it would be more funny if you made it to Stargate using exclusively bananas. But by the sounds of it, it was like a logistical issue that you need lube. One explanation is squeezing my nuts to lube my bananas whilst milking myself. Alright. When you say non-conventional power, do you mean specifically the banana power, or just like this type of power? Because it does sound pretty fun. If nothing else, it entertains the chat with jokes. As we all know, Twitch users are mostly degenerates, so they'll find it hella funny. And no, I'm not saying I'm not one of them, they'll find it funny. But it's definitely a bit more initially appealing. Perhaps I should try to start some more like unique side projects that aren't strictly necessary, but more just like for the fun. Like my current mindset is just kind of get through the pack, but since I started streaming it, it's kind of stopped being just a personal challenge and more of like something to also present. So perhaps I should look more into something like that. Yeah, like if I made it that tall, it would look pretty silly, I think. But yeah, like as funny as it would be to take bananas to Stargate, it is like in no way possible with like how bad the scaling is. If you could make like a super bananas or something, like a late game upgrade, maybe you could stretch it, but like taking something first unlocked in, I don't know, like LV and taking it to Stargate, that would be pretty crazy. Which would make it all the funnier if you managed to pull it off. But also, naturally, still all the harder. Yeah, like when you go into a pack like this, you're expecting torture. So fun torture, that's just a bonus. Cock and ball torture. Banana milking torture. These jump boosts are just always so damn excessive. Warp can be funny sometimes. I mean, jump boost 21 is definitely one of the more fun warp effects. If you make it far enough and reach like the sellout consumer stage of being a content creator, you could make a banana milking torture t-shirt. Just like credit me for being the first to say it. I definitely feel like someone would wear that. Maybe it would just be more like over in the category of like those certified racist t-shirts with like a race car on it. Where it's just a fun thing to share, but no one's actually gonna wear it. There's some merch sketch out before, but never actually got it done, so maybe I can start selling out. You better have a banana milking torture t-shirt. Or I'm going to start a revolt. I'm gonna let your entire community know what they could have had. What you took for them. I'm gonna arm them with pitchforks and bananas. And torches. I wonder how well like just building works for a stream. Guessing it would work like decently well, but only if you could keep conversation, which is pretty difficult when you're sitting alone. Like it's going fine for now, but I think it's mainly just due to actually having like some back and forth. I'm not like even though I've been trying to lean more into my schizophrenic side, it's not really helping me enough. I can't keep a hour-long conversation with myself. Not good enough. Need to stay off my schizophrenia medication for longer periods to prepare for my stream. I kind of have similar struggles, but more with like general automation. Typically, if I'm engaging with someone in chat, I'll just like switch to Minecraft parkour mode and just start jumping around my base instead of actually continuing to do whatever I'm doing. Which is something I've been trying to get better at, but it's a bit tough. Like thinking while like talk thinking while correct tech thinking. It's a bit tough for me. It's not something I've really had to challenge yet. Like I can talk while like genuinely playing, not while actually like having to think stuff out. I'm guessing people do more of like a balance of like talking a bit with chat and thinking a bit, like going back and forth. I think I'd like this height. Which is good, because I've already committed to it. for the fun part, the domed ceiling. Love myself a domed ceiling. But when you say talking about the pack, do you mean like talking as just talking about what you're doing, or like just philosophically contemplating random aspects of the pack? Like just thinking about it. I see. So let's switch that. Yeah, I will be needing some more mist and naturally some more corp. I think it's time to set up patterns for these, if I haven't already. No C-tones. So run this. I should already have all of the things prepared for it. So I just do 32 at a time. Because then, yeah, then I can do these a stack at a time. So a stack of mist, then corp 3, stack of these. And then mist is 11, stone is 1, and corp was 3. As 3, you get the corp. As 11, you get the mist. And as 1 gets the C-tone. Which I think I'll just put there. 1 second, gotta get rid of a vile bot. I'm very excited for when I reach a threshold where I have enough viewers that the damn AI viewers, free viewers, or like Discord coach bots leave me the hell alone because they're so annoying. Thankfully, like Twitch, like the Twitch, whatever you would call it, the Twitch system is good enough to like flag them as malicious. Probably because they're all created like 5 minutes ago. But like I still see them, even if it's hidden from the average viewer. I still have to go deal with them. Oh no, does it not stop? What? I put it in the wrong one? As 10. It sure did. Oh, it's because it has both. That's annoying. A good deal with that. PM is just not popular enough to get bots. As a mage, couldn't be me. Let's go settle this. Just need this separated. But no, PM, I'm joking. It's not actually that, because I get it on streams where I literally had 0 viewers the entire way through. I still get them. You can't escape. There's no freedom. There's no salvation. Yeah, I think I'll just have to move the circuit over. But also want to remove it from this to stop any complications from happening. And then remove it in here by 11. Then go here. Go assembler circuit. Well, I would have to remove the comma as well. The assembler circuit 11. That should be it. Except I forgot to actually circuit the circuit. Right, circuit is circuited. And like you will not need fluid. Probably only gonna be running one recipe in you anyways. Well, actually maybe not. You know what, I'll just connect it. So I won't have to go do another hotfix later on. Right, so I would have to actually enable the fella again. Then extract on brown. Voila. And now that should work. Though I won't need it now, it'll just be for next time. Let's get back to the building. I have a domed roof to make. I think I'll just do this so I can have a 4-way symmetry. I guess I want to do the inside line as well. Completely just forgot over here. Oh, and over there. Damn. I really just like go into brainless build mode very fast. Let me decide what height I'd want. Because I think how I like did this one is that I like built the center upper ring first, then build like these out so they look curved, and then I built the rest from there. it's starting from there, so I think I want to do something like this for starters. Just get like some initial steep elevation. Well, I guess it's just about trying my way around. So I did it before. Maybe I should do something like this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try with this. See how that goes. I would also mark the middle. Then I also need to figure out how big of a center of ring I want. Actually, if I just did that, it would be a bit small. I'd want at least 7 diameter, maybe 9. So that would be 7, and that would be 9. I think at least 9. Which means I probably should just do 9. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Especially since I'm also gonna be doing something like that. Wait, no, they would be like this. Otherwise, I'm just gonna do diameter 7. Jump boost again? Sure doesn't happen that often. And it's a bit annoying though. Trying to just get like a little bit of elevation. Still do it this way though. Look like this. Naturally without the plus in the middle. So either 9 or maybe 11. Let me think. This one is it's like 3 blocks over uneven. What make it yeah, 3 blocks on each side. Which should be diameter of 21. So that's like a fourth. And over here I've got 9 with diameter of 33, but that would be 29. Yeah, because I'm only counting the inside. Then again, it will also be extending out, but I'm also not counting that over there. So 29. Yeah, it's about a third. I don't need help planning out the shapes, I'm just trying to figure out the size I want. I already did all the things that would be easier with the building guide. PM. But yeah, I do know that it exists, and that it can be very useful. Well, actually, that it does have a thing for calculating domes, but I don't want like a perfect sphere dome. I want more of like a more flat dome, I think. Maybe I should try with like a spherical dome and actually making it out of glass with these like lines over it. Could also be fun. Actually making it a different design, because since it is gonna be like a space for bees, maybe basing it a bit more off of a greenhouse-esque design could be cool. Either way, I guess I can just make it and see what's up. Building guide. That's enhanced, not advanced. Just kind of an annoying recipe because you're just gonna end up with 4 of these spare. Nothing to use it on. But yeah, this would be a pretty good chance to learn how to use this. So I think I will go for it. Even if just for that reason. Besides, even like regardless of which path I go, it should be able to help. Both these need to be laid. Bam, bam. Ah, it's just the peak of dopamine, seeing a recipe go fast. So simple, but yet so good. I love it. Then I need these effects. Hopefully I have some mercury somewhere. Actually, I do. I know I keep a buffer here. Molten glass. Might have a recipe for that directly. Yes. So 1100. Then copper wire. Yes, copper wire, not annealed copper wire. Incredible how little you have to use annealed copper after MV. Crazy. Server restart is approaching. This is circuitless. So then I put that in. That in. Oh, this consumes the cell. Interesting. Guess I will get a replacement cell for my buffer. I don't like care about the loss of the cell. You just care about having a little stack of cells on me. It's just Illuminator. Not Illuminator. Bam! Building guide. Give me a quest. And need the slightest bit of redstone for that, because it can just never be simple. It can never be fast. It can never be like a seamless process. God damn, was that recipe fast. This is also just assembler. This. Bam bam. Kabam. Kapow. Then I'll just like shove these somewhere. Because if I end up needing one of these again, I don't want to craft it again. These shouldn't be one-time use. Alright. So, if I want it like to do the dome for me, I'd place it here, right? Yes. You have like an interface for me or something? Need a lever for the building guides or something for something you're doing? Oh, that's very bright. Where do I toggle this? Screwdriver? What mod is this from? Open blocks. Well, let's try screwdriver. Well, rotate at the block itself. That's bigger. That's square. That's semi-circle. It's actually the shape I want, but how do I like rotate it on its side? Maybe I can wrench. What even is this shape? A triangle? Pyramid? Okay, I can't rotate it, so then I go... I go to this, and then how do I increase the size? This? Just slap it until it works, I guess. It's in my face. Even it's a very odd shape to have, pretty specific. How do I change the size? Play button. Like, how do I get it bigger? Click on that one. Oh, and then this is move it around. I see. Wait, So is that making it, that is extending it, that and like make it expand in all directions, so do you have to click every direction individually? Let's try to get it back to a round thing. I don't just wanted to get it back to like a round shape. Okay, so now it's round again and it's centered. Okay. So what you're saying is that I pick one side and extend it out till it touches two more. And then I mirror it with this. It goes one too far, because it does that on both sides. Let's try, oh. That is the aforementioned server restart. It'll be like 2 minutes. But I think I get how the building plan works. Does seem pretty intuitive once you get over the starting hurdle. Well, it wasn't even a fully dome yet. It was just like a oblong half cylinder of sphere. Guess I can have some time to enjoy my emotes. Oh, my recent additions have been very fine. Yeah. Can live out my dreams of having the silliest of emotes. There's so many of these. I'm running out of slots though. So sad. I still have a few more. I don't have any more animated GIF slots though. Gotta leave some hints. It's very subtle. I think there might be a slight lean towards silly cat gifs and images. Alright, so minus, mirror, and then plus, 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 to that, mirror, 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 come on, there we go. Okay. Noted. Okay, yeah, this isn't a like a semicircle. This is a dome blueprint. This is actually exactly what I want. So let me see if it'll translate with the circle as well. this just a dome again? Where's the circle? There's the circle. Yeah, like, without adjusting the height, it's just the same. Guess I should have expected that. Guess I could adjust the height, but I'm also, like, fine with... Actually, regardless, I'd want to make it off of the actual dome. Because then I can use the smart build. Just adjust the height on this. My eyeballing is pretty good though. I got like the size of the sunroof to match. May have moved it up. Do I move it down again? Do it like that. Yeah. And my eyeballing is really good. I got I got that to match up as well. I think I had like going out to that. It's pretty crazy. But I would probably have ended up doing like a 3-3 for the end. Still, that's like 90% accuracy. Mistakenly, maybe 95%. Just off of my eyeballing. Actually, like that block is off, but I might keep it looking like that though. No, not eyeballing. You're close though. You're close. Maybe on the second try you'll get it, I believe. Or maybe I misread you and that wasn't meant to be sarcastic. In which case, please clarify. Okay. Say autistic person, I'm legally obliged to be bad at reading sarcasm. So do bear with me. But I got it this time, so that's something. Yeah, I think just following it one for one will be the good. Having unbreakable tools is actually just so nice. Can't believe I went for so long without its beauty. Just never having to worry about durability. It's amazing. Especially since it means you can just worry only about mining speed. Not to worry about like the expense of the repair materials. Or like saving your modifier slots for like reinforced stuff. Actually, it's probably gonna be slower than the counterparts eventually. It's still, like, stable is just pretty damn fast material anyways. Like, it'll last the test of time for quite a while. Probably until you end up not needing to like manually mine anymore. At that point, being able to insta-mine your everyday block is plenty. Okay, do I want the top filled with glass? That is the question of the now. Do we want to like add more decoration? Because it's gonna be a bit more... Well, actually, I guess how annoying it is to add the extra detail later really depends on how fast my silk touch is. My goal is to like make it look well supported. I guess with these blocks being like transparent, they kind of look like glass. So you get like the idea. Like the trade-off with adding scaffolds is that you're kind of dragging the build to a level where you're saying that it needs scaffolds to stay up, and it can't just magically float. In which case, if it doesn't have enough scaffolding to look stable, it will look like it should fall down, which makes it look wrong. So like, you either gotta have no scaffoldings or enough scaffolding. Kind of thinking about whether I should make a diagonal or if I should make like another ring going around, like hold it up. But the ring would also look heavy without actually adding to the appeal of holding up the structure. So I think if I add anything more, I would also need to add some more supports. In which case the question is this enough support to make it look like supported? So I was like thinking I would add an extra line of support on the corners. Then again, might also just look better when it's not like clutter. I guess I could just do a little test to test if I can even make it work on the diagonal. So the only thing I hate more than the spheres in this game is building on diagonals. Combining them now would be any more like out of my comfort zone. I guess building at all is kind of out of my comfort zone for now. It's not something I usually have done successfully. I think I'd want to put around outside a bit like this. How does that look? If it looks more supported, it fulfills that. This one kind of looks off though. But I don't know if it looks better that way. I'll just change it later. Very small change to make. Let's say this looks better. Not really sure about this exact thing down here. Because it's kind of going over the border I said. Perhaps maybe I could do it like this. Maybe I just like put the support on the inside. Well, there's gonna be glass on top of it. The glass is see-through, so you'll still be seeing it. It's a bit hard to find like an objective, better solution here. Each option has its trade-offs. Well, either way, like I would also do that. The question kind of, actually I guess, it's not like I have to do that. Kind of seems like it falls into two categories, either looking silly from the inside or silly from the outside. I guess, first of all, before I make a statement like that, let me just actually see how it would look on the inside when it's like this. You know what, it's kind of hard to tell. Let me try with the actual glass I'm gonna use. The outline is still there. Let's try this. First of all, I need to actually have the schematic because I'm not building this off of memory. Yeah, I know that, but I'm not trying to place the entire thing. Just trying to get a sample. But I'm working on the design. But yeah, that's just auto silk touch on this glass. Something like that, just, yeah, definitely not an option. Probably go with that. Like once I'm done with the building process here, I'm not gonna be looking at it anywhere this closely anyways. I think it'll be fine. And as for like the structure, I think this would be enough to make it look stable. think it's worth the payoff. Warp casually just like fucking drop kicking me in the back. What the hell? Being schizophrenia is scary, guys. It's no joke. Can't wait until my warp just randomly spawns a wither in the middle of my building session in a best boss battle. No, I don't think I would want my warp to get anywhere near that. The warp effects get pretty damn bad, and I'm pretty damn close to the like the hard cutoff where I would say enough is enough. Get me out of here. Like would be at here at 80. At 95, that's where I would say that's enough. You're spawning fireballs at me? Oh no. So I still have a bit more. I wonder if the ender pearl would teleport me. Probably would. Maybe you'll just like throw an ender pearl at me and it would do like next to nothing. Don't know. Yeah, like nuclear bomb, inventory scramble, acceleration. Acceleration might be pretty fire. Mushrooms. Like these aren't even very descriptive. Snow. Decay? Like what would decay even mean? Just like rot? I turn into a mushroom? I turn into a snowman? Like what would swamp mean? Like spawn wither, that's pretty self-explanatory. It spawns a wither. Come on. But swamp? Like what even is swamp? I for one do not want to find out. I choose life. Okay, I think that is all my structuring done. Let me just make sure that this is the class I want to use. My main selling point on this class is that it has like connecting textures and not too noticeable of an outline. It's just like the clear glass, unless you don't really notice. Though naturally it's a dome, so you're gonna see quite a few edges, which is why I'm here looking for alternatives to begin with. Borderless glass. I'll try it. Let's see. Borderless glass. Yeah, no. Borderless, but it's one shitty textures everywhere. Hell nah. Yeah, I think I already went through this process before. It's just like glasses look good, but they all have that weird texturing. You place more than 2x2. Yeah, clear glass will probably be my best bet. I can just perfectly see through at least. So it can both be a greenhouse when you're looking at it from the outside, and then like a bit of a observatory when you're looking from the inside. The sun directly above. I think I'll go for it. Hopefully I have a pattern for the glass. But I think I can make a pattern anyways. I don't. Silicate, so it appears I don't have a pattern. But I think like you just put glass in the EBF. Pretty simple. EBF. Circuit 1. Let me make 512. Did he say what he was gonna do? Sleepy. Oh, it's not good. Yeah, the glass is gonna take a while. I think this number should probably be pretty accurate, so I think I'll just go off of that. And just like adjust from there, so what would 7 stacks be? 512 minus 64. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, I totally did the math. Trust me, bro. But I suppose I can still start laying it out. Let's see, I should just be able to slap this with the block. Yes, and place this one at a time. A spot where I didn't even want it to begin with. Alright, I guess I'll fill that out first. Yeah, just wanted a corp in that area. I don't think he's gonna tell me. I think it might be from Terraria, but I don't remember. Maybe it's just like... Well, it could also just be that he's also heard it somewhere, but can't remember the specific. Maybe it's just such a general thing that it's not even a reference. Still remember hearing that somewhere. It has to be on. That doesn't place it in any silly spots. Doesn't seem so. I'll sit here and I slap it there. It doesn't work with the block replace. Yeah, I like it. Almost halfway. This amount of glass might just be enough to do the rest. Definitely gonna have quite a bit of glass spared. Oh well. I can just throw it away if I want, it's just glass. Like, it's not expensive. The only thing that's expensive about it is the time it takes to make, which makes it worth just holding on to. It's just one item type anyways. Doesn't cost any more than that. If it did, it would be a very small margin compared to my hundreds of thousands of gold dust. Building guides, definitely pretty fire though. Would use again. Yeah, it's done. Doom. Doom has been doomed. That looks pretty nice. Now all I need is just like some actual green on the inside. Consider like the glass roof and the fact that mobs can't even spawn here to begin with. I might replace the floor with grass. Like decorate it with some flowers and plants. Maybe even make it little, like a little path of green following either side of the path, since I do have the extra space. I'd like to avoid the possibility that I'll fall into the void while absentmindedly crossing. Even though it is 5 blocks wide, I do get pretty silly sometimes. Need my guardrails. What could have been in that slot? A pretty packed setup, so a bit concerned about what would be missing. Oh, I know. It's my architecture table. Like that. Okay. Now time to think about if I'd want windows. Naturally not all windows. Actually, I think considering that I have so much window on the top, just to make it not feel extremely hollow of a building, I think it would be have to put all the walls in just to even it out. Need more corp. I love autocraft requests so much. First time actually like successfully getting through the like initial hurdles of setting up AE2, and it's so worth it. Especially in a pack like this where you go from having to autocraft a shit ton to just having the ability to click one button and getting everything you could have ever dreamed for. It's just pure bliss. Even though I personally didn't find the manual crafting stage too bad at all, I'd say I'm pretty like resistant to tedium. I'm better at very tedious activities than I am at like doing very thought heavy activities for a longer period. Micro crafting, micro whatever, I am quite fine with. So fine that I think I actually like stretch until like I got into EV before I bothered setting up A2, because it was just harder for me at the time than continuing to do some manual crafting. Even though I'd imagine that most people, when they get to that stage, are absolutely sick and tired of manual crafting. If I were to go through it again now with the hurdle for starting A2 massively minimized, I think I would go for it immediately. Still, the hurdle of switching everything from manual crafting over into pattern requests is still a bit of a hurdle, but I worked towards minimizing that hurdle from the very beginning this time around compared to other mod packs, and actually just like built a base with the idea of running cables around in mind from the beginning, instead of what I usually do, which is something along the lines of a messy lawn base. Then I get a spark of like a realism check of what the hell am I doing? This all looks terrible. Then wanting to build a base, merging that step with setting up A2, then trying to do all of that at the same time and burning out. That's what typically happens. But managed to pull it off this time. Sure, the motivation of not being alone in this challenge helped a lot. I can't say this enough. Playing on the server is a massive recommendation for a pack like this. Truly is a game changer. But actually finding a server can be pretty difficult, but if you just like give it a few days on the official GTNH server, get a few days, a few different tries, you'll eventually stumble into something good. Even like have the ability to be a bit more picky about it. But until you find a server with a good community that looks like it actually has a decent longevity, once shut down within a few months. But still, there's some luck involved, naturally. Considering I found a server on my second attempt, I would say I got pretty lucky. First one was a bust though. I got kicked for unknown reasons before we even made it to MV. I think it's because I was progressing too fast. I had a team of mostly builders. I just wanted to take the time building. And but the thing is more that I just played more hours than they did. Just thinking about it now though. It's over, it's over. I prefer this anyways. It's quite nice. I do say so myself. Yeah, I think it was definitely the right idea to put all the walls in. So you're not going to be looking at the walls without also looking at the ceiling. So you're going to be looking at window regardless. I don't really know too much about like, the design, but I'm trying to put some more serious thought into it. As an autistic person myself, my brain is quite like logic based. So I can't like think it out. I was just thinking too much about things again, but oh well. What you gonna do? Really could say that overthinking is just in my nature. Okay. So about those plots that I want would be 6x3. Let me see if I can find a space for that. Didn't really plan this out with that in mind. It's not really worth going back for. Yeah, it doesn't fit. You can just do it in 2 segments. Suppose. Then again, it's not like I need all of this. I do have like a spreadsheet. It's a spreadsheet of like what biomes have like the correct warmth, humidity combination that some bees may be requesting. Like the only reason to like have the plots is to not have to switch it too often. It's not like the plots need to be a 3x3 either. If I made them a 2x2, for example. Bit 5. Just like that. Something like that. Like it just kind of comes together like this. Like it's just done like that. And I can just like center it around one of the corners and have technically a 3x3 just without like the bordering blocks, which is technically just irrelevant only for aesthetic. But here I'm just kind of hiding that it's this type of 3x3. Plenty of ways to go about it. It's a game that allows a lot of freedom. So I think I want to try to center it a bit better. Perhaps if I could center it like this. 5. Well, like that's only 5 in general. I actually need this as well. In which case, just want to put it like that. It's the best symmetry I'd be able to afford. Yeah, that's my 3x6. How many times have you been to the moon by now, PM? Like, hasn't been like 3 times? Really like the sightseeing, or the sickest. Yeah, I think I'm just like mixing up, like, over kind of combining both you and Gal's trips to the moon, since you're like approaching about the same stage in progression. Like Gal was up 1 rocket tier, or have you gotten tier 2 rockets since I last like checked in on that? I don't think you have, so. But the Gal still has reason to go to the moon, I think. At least he has in like the past 2 weeks. I'm just yammering. I should just be talking to myself instead of saying this out loud. Actually looks really good on the minimap, goddamn. Turn off the chunk grid. Wonder what's happening in these corners though. Oh, it's just the sun reflecting. How long have I been streaming? Pushing 3 hours. Also getting pretty late. I can probably push towards my dinner though. I'll be back in a bit. Let me go look around and get my plan in order. I'll be back. I'm back. Wonder if I should invest in getting like a BRB screen for situations like this. Definitely something to consider. I got like another 30 minutes. I think I'll probably actually want to push it over one block. So it's not actually on top of my path. Seemed like a good idea. Let me just go get a lot of grass blocks. Actually, I guess I can just grow them on site. So I'll just get a little dirt. My solar boilers are burning again. Still no idea why they do that. They just occasionally decide to spontaneously combust. Enough is enough. Shut up. No idea why they do that. Alright, who's the funny guy? Where are you? Is it you? Zombie over here. Who's the funny guy with the lightning? Not seeing anything on my minimap, I don't care that much. Just gonna go. Just gonna despawn the second I skedaddle anyways. So lush in the jungle biome compared to the weird grayscale that it is on my hand. No idea why it does that. It's a very nice color actually. How would I want to design this? It's like I want that to be a square surface of grass in each of these spots with a border around it to actually mark the significance compared to the rest of the floor, which I think will also be grass. So how would I want to go about doing that border? It's like how I usually do borders is, well, this design. Nubs every few tiles with these like grates like blocks in between. But I feel like it might look pretty silly if I'm doing it directly up against a a design with a different ratio. Maybe I could just keep it mist. Yeah. Probably just keep it mist. And just letting the block placing sound speak for me right now. I'm starting to get a bit tired as well. I think I'll have this. I can show it with a bit more like accuracy now that the structure is actually built. I'm gonna have like my apiary with the world accelerators here for breeding. These apiaries are gonna be for like more specific breeding steps. For the moment, the space over here is gonna be unused, so I don't have an idea for that. Then I want to hopefully be able to make the P2P EU tunnels work for the powering of the world accelerators. That won't be this stream though. Then I'll make Restorer handy. Try to make it like more fancy, automated. See if I can make something work there. That's the plan. See how well I can pull that off. I'm trying to well, like my philosophy is that I will allow myself to like get outside help through like guides and such, but I also like want to still not directly copy, like kind of my own ideas to things. So hopefully I can make it work regardless of that. I wish, Warp, I wish, but I do in fact not feel wide awake. Yeah. Yep, it is indeed exponential. It's why starting with extra modifiers is so valuable, because the amount of blocks you have to mine gets pretty mean pretty fast. The point where starting with the extra modifiers kind of almost doubles the amount of modifiers you'll be able to amass before it becomes out of hand. You're in this CISP channel where you get such exciting content as watching grass grow. Truly marvelous stream planning. Really, I've had several reasons for stopping the stream by now, but just kind of planning around stopping my stream when I'm ending my session at this point. Just using the creative freedom I have of not needing to appeal to a larger audience. To just kind of do what I want. Besides, as far as the individual is concerned, like they're in charge of managing their own time. If they don't want to watch, they can just leave. It gives me a good amount of freedom as well. Still, like, don't really have too much more to see here. Much more to do. We're just gonna end it here regardless. And be done. Too bad I just more or less told my viewer base to leave. But unfortunate. Well, it's the end of the stream. The only thing it really hurts is the raid. Yeah, they're gonna flock to whatever they want to watch anyways. But like for the most part, people only stay at a rated person like if the streamer that we're actually watching is there, or if like they actually have an interest in the content. So the only thing it really does, having a lot of people dissolve the raid as well, like increase the percentages naturally, and like make the number bigger on the raid message. And I don't really think the difference between 2 and 3 viewers is gonna do much. But alas, reason to drag this out. Let me find someone I can raid. I can enjoy the grass growing in the meantime. Won't last for long though. Let's see. Seems there's 2 candidates. Why did you chat potato? What does that mean? Is that like a streamer called Potato you want me to raid? be honest. I'm not really sure what you're getting at. Potato. Guess I'll rate this guy. Ghost Teth. Random potato. Take a look. Is this GTNH though, or is it just like what quack is this? What flavor is quack? No, it does look like GTNH. It's just not tagged. Kinda sounds like he might be ending stream now though. Actually no, it's a sub of Dawn, it's not really a thing. Fella 1 or Fella 2? Guess it doesn't really matter too much. You could do the Potato Man if you want. Seem like you like the Potato Man. Random potato. Alright. Send it. Thanks for tuning into the stream, guys. Have a good one. Take care. Leave a follow if you enjoy it. All that stuff. All the good stuff. And I'll see you later. Enjoy yourself at Random Potato.